See, lately I got my phone and tablet away again. I'm sorry. Or Tyson and Carter. I'm not gonna do the ice bucket challenge or the water challenge. I'm not doing it, okay? Cause I don't got time for that stuff. You can maybe ask me to do it May 22nd, but no, man. Anyways, I'll show you. I heard my name in the conversation there. Oh, Lord. My man. Alright. Okay, so listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. Okay, so I was put on an all-nighter with my bestie. I was planning to stay up until like 4 with her. I'll be back. Hold on. My brain stopped working, and I'm gonna tell you about this all-nighter, honey. So, and then I saw this by the door, and remember, well, you can't remember because I didn't say it. And it was 1 a.m., right? And it was completely dark. Light savings, please save me. So, well, so, I thought this thing was a roach. Because I had got back from using the restroom. And then I had thought this thing was a roach. And remember, it was dark. And I was afraid of dead roaches. Super afraid. So, yeah, I'm afraid of any type of roach. American, just anything. Yeah. And then let me tell you about what happened. Okay, so Jace, and you stop saying your name, and I don't care, because you always be calling me Lil London, and I don't like it. I'd rather you call me by my name, okay? It's annoying. So, he was over here roasting me. Talking about how I was probably at a restaurant, and how I was like over, he was like, I've been from all restaurants and stuff. The only people I'm good at roasting is girls, because I know more about them. I'm not really good. Well, I am good at roasting boys, but not in front of them. Only one boy. Well, two. I roast my dad every now and then when he get yeah. And then there's this kid in my class named Amari. He gets on my nerves. Oh, honey, I be calling him receding hairline, no edges, no hairline. Look himself. And he can play with me all he want. But one person he don't want to play with is Aaliyah, because he already know what that girl can do. messed up a whole entire project, honey. That's 2. And so last night I had lost my mom, so I didn't know what it was. And so I didn't know that was my mom on the door. But so Jace kept on roasting me. I say silent because people do that all the time. And then my friends call me, saving me. Saving me. Like, yeah, yeah. And if you're the type of people who notice where someone sounds like 1% different or 0.001% different, for the people who notice that I sound different, it's because I know. And if you notice my necklace, thank you. Leave a comment about that down below or a like about it. Because I don't get that many comments and likes. And I finally had 88 subscribers. That's because since I got my phone taken away. Oh, Lord. And yeah. So that's what happened last night. If you are any of my classmates that were wondering, or Jace, or Carter, or any of my schoolmates, tell Jace to stop calling me Little London. Cause it's getting on my nerves. Like, if you're gonna call me by my real name, call me by my little name. If you're gonna call me by my YouTube channel name, don't. And if you are, say it right. It's not Little London. It's Little London. And where I got Little Lolo from was from my God family. Cause they call me Little Lolo. Well, they don't really call me Little Lolo, but they call me Lolo. But still, don't say Little London. And if you are gonna call me by my YouTube channel name, which I don't want you to do, say, hey, let me turn on the light. But if you are gonna call me by nothing. Get your ass out the living room. Like, you ain't gonna be in that fucking up shit. I ain't do. You done moved the damn chair. You can't be sliding that chair. The chair got legs on your break. I didn't do anything. I ain't know what nothing. You know what the fuck you did. I ain't do anything. Get your ass out of there. I ain't do anything. You got damn little one plug of everything. I ain't do anything. I'm not messing up anything. I'm not messing up anything. Those cups. They ain't gonna let you use them cups at school. Yes, they are. They are. Go look in the bathroom and clean your fucking nose. Go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. They are. They are gonna If y'all heard me say anything, don't worry about it. Don't call me on the London no more. I ain't playing with you. I'm gonna tell my sons. Okay, Jess? Okay. Hold on. I don't want to. Last time I had it, it tasted nasty.
They were protecting them. Anti-abortion leaders rebranded themselves as defenders of both women and fetuses. Victims, they said, of a ruthless abortion industry akin to big tobacco. By the early 2000s, the movement tapped into conservative legal networks like the Federalist Society and embraced originalist readings of the Constitution. They took notice when the Supreme Court began recognizing corporations as legal persons. If businesses could be people under the law, the thinking went, why not fetuses? In the 2010s, fetal personhood expanded again, this time co-opting the language of civil rights and religious liberty. It became an all-purpose vessel for conservative grievance used to claim that Christians were being persecuted. IVF clinics were committing genocide. Birth control amounted to state-sponsored murder.
Yeah.
But for all its
What is genocide?
The movement remains deeply
You need to look
unpopular
at
with the
the
American
dictionary.
public.
I don't have time to
Those
do
who
that.
identify as
I don't
pro-life
want.
do not believe that women or
But
their
you're the one who's
That's-
into politics all the
That's
time.
killing a bunch of people.
They
Oh,
don't
Lord.
believe frozen embryos are people. They don't want IVF banned or birth control criminalized. Still, Republican legislators in some states are aggressively pushing fetal personhood bills. Others have proposed abortion trafficking laws, criminalizing women who cross state lines for by treating the fetus as a being.
Lord.
So how does this fringe idea gain so much traction since
I'm
Dobbs,
probably
despite its deep unpopularity?
Cheer, right?
Because the fetal personhood movement has stopped pretending that it actually needs democracy. Instead of persuading the public, the movement is building legal machinery, counting on friendly prosecutors, ideological judges, anti-democratic allies to do what voters won't do. Ultimately, it's betting on 5 sympathetic Supreme Court justices. We see this in Texas, where prosecutors are trying to investigate abortion providers across state lines, not because those cases are likely to win, but because they could reach the Supreme Court. Though Trump mostly avoided talking about abortion on the campaign trail, the legal infrastructure he helped build in his first term is still very much in motion. Most recently, Trump elevated fetal personhood in subtle but telling ways, one of them being his anti-trans executive order, which includes a coded reference to fetal
Wait, how
personhood.
much am I
The
supposed
order
to
defines
take?
a female as, quote, a person belonging at conception to the sex that produces the large reproductive cell, end quote, and a male as, quote, a person belonging at conception to the sex that produces the small reproductive cell, end quote. Aside from the dubiousness of the claim that sex can be determined at conception, Trump's referring to a fetus as a person from conception essentially legitimizes fetal personhood. Anti-abortion activists saw this language as a quiet but significant nod to federal recognition. The House Speaker, Mike Johnson, even praised Trump for declaring, in his words, life as beginning at conception rather than at birth. Critics say it's all part of a broader strategy to push the federal courts toward recognizing fetal rights under the Constitution. The movement's biggest obstacle has always been the American people. But by aligning itself with authoritarian tactics, that's no longer seen as that much of a barrier to their goals, or
I
so
ain't
they
gonna
think.
take this every 4
As
hours.
Ziegler
So
notes,
I know
quote,
that.
it is more important than ever to think through what it means to value life in the womb and for people who are pregnant, and to make sense of whether equality really requires punishment rather than support for the woman carrying a fetal life. That's because regardless of who or what they mean by personhood and whose rights or humanity it might erase, the truth is that fights over reproduction in the United States are just getting started.
Yes. If
And
this
the
is
meaning of
nasty.
equality right beyond the context of abortion is unknown. After a quick commercial break, Mary Ziegler joins us on her new book, Personhood. Do not miss this conversation.
I don't want to take it, but I have to.
Arthritis causes pain in your joints. Unlike pills, Voltaren gel is applied to the site of pain, penetrating deep through the skin to the joint, reducing intense pain and stiffness, so you can move more freely. Voltaren, clinically proven long-lasting arthritis pain relief. Nothing's better than a backyard barbecue, right? But to start, you have to push, scrape, and scrub your hot grill with a wire brush. But look closer. Sharp wire bristles can break off and end up in your food.
I'm scared.
Food
I'm
has a
scared.
delicious,
It
mouth-watering
looks
grill
like that
taste.
too.
No more scrubbing over a
It
hot
looks like
grill
it's
or
something
dangerous
that will be
bristles. The
tripping.
secret, our chain
Come
melting
on
system,
now.
driven by a
What you
powerful
gonna cut it
high-torque
out right
motor that's built for a
now?
lifetime of punishing
I'll
abuse.
cut
And
it
it's
out
safe to use and won't pop this delicate balloon. Try it out with the wired brush.
or
And look,
I
it cleans the top and sides at the same time. We burn cheese, onions, beef, and sticky barbecue sauce. Then use Giddy Up to blast away the grime in no time. The best part, the brush head is dishwasher safe and reusable, making it the last brew brush you'll ever need. Act now to get your horsepower Giddy Up with storage strap for only $79.99. It all comes with a lifetime warranty and money-back guarantee. It's even rechargeable and has a bright LED light to grill at night. But hurry, this could be your last chance to lock in this low price. Inventory is limited, and there's a strict limit of 3. So don't wait. Start grilling safely, America, with Giddy Up. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-810-5082 or visit buygiddyup.com. So call 1-800-810-5082 or visit buygiddyup.com now. If you're looking for the one, find the home with a short way to work. Find one in a great school district and find it exclusively in professionally sourced systems. Download the today.
Fisher is at St. Jude because he was diagnosed with stage 3 medulloblastoma. St. Jude
I'm about to drink
is
like
what
this.
has given us hope.
And this.
Cheers to DD2 every Thursday. Help feel today with Boost High Protein. Complete nutrition you need and the flavor you love. So here's to now. Now available Boost Max.
Oh,
Passion. But diabetes threatened to take that all away. With Dexcom G7, Gina learned how different foods affect her sugar levels in real time, so she doesn't have to choose between the foods that she loves and her health.
Trains. Trains that use the power of Dell AI and Intel. Clearing the way so you arrive exactly where you belong.
nasty. Oh. That stuff was absolutely nasty.
The world's most precious resource is Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi is boom. Wi-Fi is boom. Xfinity.
Membership.
Joining me now, Mary Ziegler, law professor and historian at UC Davis Law School. She's joining me to discuss her critically important book, Personhood, The New Civil War Over Reproduction. Mary, it's great to have you here. Thank you for being with us. Grim.
Become a member.
I never wanted to throw up some medicine so bad.
Explain why, if you're already worried, you're already mad about what happened with Dove. Why should you be getting
That good ACL.
Well, I think after the last happened, a lot of people's
Yes.
other people were talking to me, the assumption was the reason this isn't over is because people who support reproductive rights are going to keep fighting, and that's obviously
I don't
we
like
see
it.
it in ballot initiatives,
Yeah,
we see it in elections. But I think what people misunderstood is that this also isn't over because conservatives haven't reached what they want, which is fetal personhood. That would mean no more ballot initiatives, no more leaving dissenting voters, no more state constitutional litigation. And I don't think people really understood that this is not a new fight. This has been the fight. There is no daylight between the fetal personhood movement and the anti-abortion movement. They are one and the same, and they have been one and the same really since people first started reforming criminal abortion laws in the 1960s.
And one of the things that you track through the 1960s to now is that one of the killer patterns that you trace is how this movement has adapted to the anxieties of each era. Talk to me about how does that reveal about how we use the law and
I don't have one.
what happens to me.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that's really intriguing about the fetal personhood movement is that people who talk about personhood seem to be absolutely sincere. This is not something where you see people alone in a room saying, oh, actually, this is just about info. That
is often what we associate
Oh.
you note in your book that the fetal personhood argument flips the 14th Amendment on its head, using a clause meant to remedy systemic discrimination, often thought of on the basis of race or sex, to erase the actual rights of living people.
I'm making this song about cheetah.
Yeah, at its inception, people in the fetal personhood movement recognized that they were going to be fundamentally changing how people thought of equality
I
under
suggest
the
you
law.
watch
So the
this
paradigm
video.
that the Supreme Court
This is
had
like a
forged in
parody
the
of
1960s
Cookie with
assumed that
Kaya.
when we're looking for a group that's marginalized or that's been pushed to the edges of society, we look for a history of
I got my holy
subordination or
Bible and I
discrimination.
would
The
be
particular way as we
demons.
saw with formerly enslaved people. And abortion opponents recognized that that wasn't something you could show with respect to fetuses, even on their own account. They argued that fetuses have been cherished historically. So they said essentially, we don't really need to show a history of subordination. History doesn't really matter into how we think about equality. We care about physical vulnerability. So as you can imagine, if this is the way the Supreme Court is going to think of equality, it's going to have consequences not just for abortion, not just for IVF, not just potentially for contraception, but for any kind of group that's been pushed to society's margins that's pointing to history to explain what's happening today.
Which is what we saw in the anti-trans executive order. Is that just a coincidence? They used that kind of language in the anti-trans order? No, you're saying no.
No, absolutely not. I mean, one of the interesting questions, I think, is not whether the Trump administration supports this idea of fetal personhood, but whether the Trump administration is actually going to do anything, right? Whether we're going to see more of these kinds of symbolic gestures, while the Trump administration, of course, continues to reshape our justice system and reconfigure our federal courts, or if Trump is going to put his thumb on the scale more immediately in the direction of fetal personhood. And I think no one really seems to know the answer to that in the short term.
Mary, thanks for your history lesson on this and for a great book and for being such a great friend of the show. Mary Ziegler is a law professor and historian at UC Davis Law School, the author of the newly published Personhood, The New Civil War.
You have been a good boy.
Coming up on another hour of Fauci, the first 105 days of Trump's presidency, he's made it clear that due process is not something he holds very
Okay.
dear. My next guest sounded the alarm in Congress, urging his Congress to
said
see
you didn't
Trump's
want
tests
it.
the judiciary for exactly what they are.
They're not targeting the worst of the worst. They're arresting judges now. They're using federal agents to round up
I just put my head go with Jesus. Got my holy Bible and I rebuke the demons. I just put my head go with Jesus. I just put my head go with Jesus. I got my holy Bible and I'm rebuking demons. Get the holy water splashed on Satan. Big God of it be. Yeah. I just put my head could go with Jesus. Got my holy Bible. I'm rebuking demons. Get the holy water splashing on Satan. Big God, that's what I'm praising. Yeah. It's a parody of Cooking with Kaya, but we're cooking with Jesus. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I just put my hand cooking with Jesus. I just put my hand cooking with Jesus. Got my holy Bible, and I'm rebuking demons. Holy water splashing on Satan. Big God, that's what I'm praising. Hey. I just put my hand cooking with Jesus. Got my holy Bible, I'm rebuking demons. Get that holy water splashing on Satan. Big God, that's what I'm praising. Yeah. Bye. Yeah, I got my phone, so that's why this ain't a YouTube short. Bye. To get a part 2, you need to like. If I can at least get 4+ subscribes. at least in the comments about things like the TV, the window, the painting, the plan that I don't like, the angel or something. Comment about something, girl. Hold up. I just gave myself a brilliant idea. I took a bit, I could go with Jesus. Got my holy Bible and I rebuking demons. Get that holy water splashing on Satan. And thank God, that's who I'm praising. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna make that a YouTube show when I get my phone back. Yeah. Bye, y'all.